Hi all, welcome back. I'm in action Kharkov, German Soul Part 63. Okay, I've just come straight back after start uploading that part. It's a reminder of what's going on there. So these units still dispersed down here. Yeah, they're the couple of threats, and then obviously this unit procs on that, which I talked about, maybe try to do something, but take my chances with, well, this is worth a risk. This is a bit hit or miss, really. It's a third tank do activate, then that's going to go, but do I want to put stuff away down in this corner or not? Anyway, right, Soviet Impulse, so let's get across. I've got that white on, is that affecting that? Don't think so, is it? Right, okay, let's get the next Soviet Impulse. You can see we're not quite, well, you probably can't see. It's not quite halfway through the deck yet. Good to go, nothing I noticed. No, like I say, I've just come straight back really, so right, let's go. Right, first guards, army, card, and moment group pop off units card. So, and neither of them are primary. This has got a command value of 3. This has got a command value of 2. Ooh, right. We do have an event to look at. Engineers. So, right, okay, so this is going to be the command card. Because at command value 3 is command value 2. There's an auxiliary card. It does have this event. I want to say we'd quite like this event to go off because this is mobile group pop of units. Although it is we'd only have activate 2 stacks. Would it not activate dispersed units then? Or hang on, does it just remove? Oh, I'm not sure. No, it wouldn't remove the dispersal from them because they wouldn't be active, would they? Unless it's selected then, of course. Right, well, let's see what the engineers at it does first, because they might well be just going to use that. Yeah, so turns 46 event engineers. Where are we? No, I'm looking at the wrong bit. Engineers. Right, and 3 different hexes in Soviet support. Remove a German IP from a hex of your choice. Remove a German IP from a hex of your choice adjacent to a supplied Soviet unit. If this can't be done, then instead place an IP on an IP eligible supplied Soviet unit to which a supplied German unit is proximate. Prefer A adjacent to German unit, B Soviet unit with high selector. Does not apply if fewer than 3 hexes qualify. I think this could be quite good for us, actually. It's not great, but okay. Well, I think it's going to happen. So let's have a look. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but the way I initially read that, I get to choose a German IP from a hex of my choice adjacent to a supplied Soviet unit and remove the IP. I've got to be able to do it in 3 hexes. Well, there's one there, there's one there, and there's one there. I've got 3 IPs. That's my only 3 IPs. So is that a preference or? Yeah, I think it is. So in 3 different hexes in Soviet support, actually, yeah, they are. All 3 of them are in Soviet support. Remove a German IP from a hex of your choice adjacent to a supplied Soviet unit. Well, all of them are adjacent to supplied Soviet units. And then if this can't be done, then instead, there you go then. I get to pick which 3, but we've only got 3. So, and the reason I think it's not that bad is these guys are out of supply anyway. Okay, that's reducing their their chance of survival by quite a bit. And this one here, not so concerned about either. Right, I've got to get the IPs. Well, I suppose he was on his own, that one. So that's me remove 3. And what I'll do is I'll remove the actual IP markers from underneath the units before I forget. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, and that's the event done. Because we were able to target 3 different hexes. And does not apply if fewer than 3 hexes qualify. Well, 3 hexes did. Yeah, we weren't placing IPs on them, so we just took 3 IPs off ourselves. And then, I say the good thing, I know it was just the units card, but that gives us more time yet again around Prayadovka. So, yeah, well, that card's been used. And then we move on to the command card, which is, it's First Guards Army. Oops. And yeah, this is where stretching up the top. So I'm stretching up the top starts. Right, now notice there is a special on that, Hitler Distracts. I'll not look at it, we'll find out if it comes out, because this is turn 5, so we'll find out if it happens next turn. And also, turn 6 it would be assigning a replacement point, assuming the Hitler Distract. Well, that's from turn 6 plus, so. Yeah, because this is a supplemental card, right. However, it's not turn 6, so we're going to move on to activate all units in the army. So activate all First Guards Army units, so I'll get that started. Okay, so that's that, so not an awful lot. This is a 4 strength infantry unit. It looks like it's 2 units, it's just the IP marker down below. Same with this guy, he's a 2. 4 strength, and these are 2 2s? No, 2 and a 1, I think. Yeah, 2 and a 1. Now their objective markers here, they've got an army objective marker. Their front objective marker is in its final spot, so it will not move until it gets reached. So yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 units. There's no reserves now. There's no auxiliary card as well, and their objective markers there, so they are abiding by movement methods 9.26. Is it? Yeah. So, and these all go in descending order. Yeah, okay. So unit 18 would be first to consider. Yeah, that's right. Right, so take a VP hex. No, none of them can do that. Move on, Grant. Movement method 2, adjacent to German units, identical to 9.21 method 8, which says move to an unoccupied hex that's adjacent to German unit and not adjacent to Soviet unit, adjacent to that same German unit. Unit 18 cannot do that. It's all a bit congested. We still can't get through here. It's not a space. That's a German unit and that's a German unit, so there's not a space. So unit 18 cannot do that. And he's not satisfying that either, because he is adjacent to Soviet units adjacent to the same German unit. So 18 doesn't work, 17 doesn't work. However, 11 does satisfy, doesn't he? Unit starting the hex satisfying this movement method does not move by this or any subsequent method, except as 9.25. 9.25 is not going to adjust them in here or here, because he would then be adjacent to Soviet unit, adjacent to the same German unit, yada yada. Whereas where he is just now is not adjacent to Soviet unit, adjacent to the same German unit. So he's going to set in, lock in there. Unit 3 would be next. He cannot make a move of that, and he's not. No, he's not. He's not satisfying that movement method. This is one of the ones. Actually, I've still not had. This was one of the questions I was asking. It was kind of based on. Wasn't this one of the ones? Because although he is adjacent to this, you could say that he's the only one that's adjacent to this, you know? But if you look at this unit, he's adjacent to it and also adjacent to the Soviet unit. So I think this is where we felt that this wasn't satisfying the method. But I still feel it's not really 100%. It's one of the ones I'd like Mr. Butterfield to come along, and I think my thinking is it's not satisfying the method. And the question that got brought up before, it was Martin that actually posted the question from watching my video, and that was in the Soviet solo though, but it was a very similar situation. And we never got any complete sort of, John Butterfield didn't comment on that one. So again, possibly one for Martin to put aside for his questions for next time he compiles some questions for Mr. Butterfield. But I'm going to say that it doesn't satisfy it. Unit 2 would be next, and he doesn't satisfy it because he's adjacent to this. So that's that. So, and then the next method is method 3, closer to German unit and army objective. Locate the German unit in or closest to that active army objective marker hex. So we're looking at the one that's in, so this is the target. Okay. If starting adjacent to the German unit that is in or closest to the objective, the unit does not move at all, set by 9.25. So looking at 18, 9.25 here. Now, did I get this one right then? Because to me, no, I think I did. To me, this is the target this time, isn't it? Because it's saying that's the target. Locate the German unit in or closest to the active army objective marker. Yeah. And if starting adjacent to the German unit that is in or closest to the objective hex, the unit does not move at all. So this is when we only 9.25 round that unit. We don't consider this unit because he's adjacent to both of these. We only consider that stack of units. So he could only 9.25 into here or here, and I think he stays where he is, isn't he? He's not going to find in him a 9.25, is he? No. It's funny how I need to look at it though. Surround, support, not adjacent, not occupied by adjacent to, empty, no, not occupied by an active unit, they're all active, yeah. So then tiebreakers are closest to objective, which is already adjacent, can't get any closer, and then it's empty, and then furthest in compass direction. So he's going to sit in there, and then Unit 17 is going to do exactly the same, isn't he? Yeah. Unit 17 is going to lock in as well, because he's not going to find a better 9.25. And then, what is this guy? What number? 3. So Unit 3, well, he's the same, and well, you know what? He's sitting in an empty hex. If he was to move into here, they'd be leaving an empty hex behind. So he's going to walk in there as well. And then finally, Unit 2, well, he wants to move. You wonder why Unit 2 is down there in the first place. Or is it? Ah, no, I know why. Well, no. That's wrong then, Grant. If I've done that, I've made a mistake with that then if I've done that. Because I've just said that this is the target here. So I can only 9.25 around that which means I can only go into that hex or that hex. I cannot go into this hex. So I'm not sure if I've maybe made a blunder with that or not. I'm just not sure why I can see this, why that guy is in that hex. I mean, yes, it's an empty hex. 9.2. If we were 9.25 and round this guy, he would go there. I don't see how that could have happened though. Well, you know what? I don't know. Maybe it's something that I've just forgotten about, or maybe I did make a mistake with it. Because we are wanting to move this guy closer to our army objective. And that is our target. Yeah. So, and we can move 1, 2 breaking zone of control and 3 back into there. And now we're adjacent to our target. Okay, we want to 9.25, but 9.25 can only be between these two because this is our target. I don't think I would have made that mistake because I'm pretty sure I remember myself saying, no, this is the target. It's not the mall here. This is an actual target. Locate the German unit. Yes. So I'm not sure why that guy was down there then. Maybe there's a simple reason for it. Yes, indeed. Right, so we have 9.25 between this hex and this hex, not this hex. Yeah, it kind of makes me feel like I've made a mistake with that, it's making me want to go and look. Although to find the last activation of first guards might take a while. Okay, I'll have it on pause though. Yeah, okay, I'll look back, and I did find it. It's on part 51. And in actual fact, it's when this unit is in this hex on his own, and he is able to move with the movement method 2 from 9.26, which is identical to 9.21 method 8. And what he does is he moves out and in adjacent to that, and there's no other Soviet unit adjacent because he was only in the hex on his own. So he actually does make a legal move. I don't catch it at first, and I actually, part 51 is fixing it because I think he bounces back to reserves or something, I think. So it does look like I got that right. Well, eventually got it right. So it does look like it should have been there in the first place. So he's moving back in there. And I think that's everybody, is it? Or did these guys... Yeah, they're all walked in. He's moved up there. This is walked in. Yeah, that's us. That's all our movement. Okay. Right, well, quick check of... for combat then. Now, this guy did have an IP, he's lost it now, so... Right, attack checks and ascend in order. So what we've got a 3 there, and well, this is a 2. So this is 3 strength in total, innit? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but him himself, he's a 2-step unit, so 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 to 3. He is adjacent to supplied Soviet unit. That would be 7 to 4. It's in support. So 7 to 4 would be there. However, if we checked here, we would get this 4 strength as well. So that would be 11 to 10 plus 1 for being adjacent. So 11 to 11. Right, hang on though, Grant. No, 11 to 11. So 11 to 11 is 1 to 1. That's right, and that's 4, 7, and 4 is 11. And then we had 10, but we're adjacent to a supplied German unit, so we got plus 1 for that. So 11 to 11, so it's bang on 1 to 1. And what did I say this was 7 to 4? 7 to 4 has got to be 1.5 to 1, isn't it? And I've decided that this was an R question, part of that three-part question that I asked, that actually I don't think anybody's answered. I don't think anybody's said anything. And that was, should we consider 1.5 to 1 when we're rounding? And I think we should, because we've got chits in the cup that say 1.5 to 1. And 74, that must be 1.5 to 1, isn't it? Yeah, so we've got, if we go for this unit, we've got 1 to 1. If we go for this unit with just a stack, we've got 1.75 to 1. Now, it does say a 9.41 on page 24, multiple attack units. If a Soviet lead unit is adjacent to more than one German occupied hex, separately determine all the potential participating units against each potential target and calculate situational strength ratios for this lead unit against each target. Then conduct one attack check for this lead unit only against the target with the highest rounded ratio. And of course the question is, we can simply round 1 to 1 to 1 to 1, but 1.75 to 1, what do we round that to? We can't round it to 2 to 1. We can round it to 1 to 1, or should we round it to 1.5 to 1? Because there's chips in the cup that apply to that. That's what I'm going by. Nobody's answered the question yet, so I guess it could come back saying, no, you still round that down to 1 to 1, and then look at the preferences, which are, if ratios are tied, prefer A, a VP hex, B, the westernmost hex, C, the highest hex number. But until I'm just going to have to go with what I think's right there, and I don't see why you wouldn't round it to 1.5 to 1, because there's chits there. But it could be wrong. So I'm going to do that. We're checking here. So we don't have 2 to 1, we have less than 2 to 1 doing this check. We've got 7 against 4. So now this is us just doing our check. Command value of the cards are 3. This is our tactical value check, Tactical value check, yeah. Alright, so command value of the cards are 3, like I say. It's not got 2 to 1, just short of 2 to 1, so no. No artillery barrage, it's in support. That's a 4. If only Soviet units have armour, no, I think they're all infantry. Yeah, they are. Yeah, and we're infantry as well, so no. If any attacking units are surrounded, they are not. If flanking will apply, no. Or defender will be surrounded, no. Target is a VP hex 2, no. If all combat attacks, auxiliary card is no. No, we're not getting anywhere here. That's a 4, right? So that doesn't happen. We then look at unit 3. Now he could check this, which he's not going to. I think this is 9, yeah. So that would be 3 to 10. So that's not any good. But then he can combine these two and check this now. So we're going to get a check on that anyway. So that was, what did we say, 4, 7, 11 to 10 plus 1 for being adjacent. So that's 1 to 1 odds as well, but we're not going to find any, are we? There's nothing really changing, is there? 3 for the card, 1 for support takes it to a 4. They don't have armor. In fact, we might be armoured in there, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, 3 for the card, 4 for support. Attacking units surrounding the flanking apply. No. We're only getting to a 4 with that one as well. So that's a no as well. And the final option is this one. So that's a 2. He's a 2-step unit. 2 against 4. However, that's 2 against 2. Yeah, you're not going to find it again though, Grant, are you? Well, he's surrounded. Okay, you might get to a 5 this time then. So it's 2 against 4, but minus 2 for supply, for being out of supply. So it's 2 against 2, so it's 1 to 1 odds. Card value's a 3. It's in support, that's a 4. Defender will be surrounded and unable to trace supply. Yes, that takes it to a 5. And that's you. You're not getting any more. Right, so no. Nothing doing. Okay. Well, that's it. But there's possible bounce back to reserves, I suppose, because there's quite a few of them not done anything. So step 4 is bring reserves onto the map, none of that. 2 is remove eligible active units to the reserve units box. So yeah, in descending order, this might happen. Right, so I brought these up to the top because these locked in. All these units locked in and didn't move. And unit 18 on top and 17. So looking at unit 18 on top, is adjacent to German unit, removal would not cause nearly surround. Removal would not remove surround from German unit, was not placed in reserve. And then remove eligible unit if any of these situations. He's in a non-VP hex stacked with a unit. Yeah, he's in a non-VP hex stacked with a unit. So he's going back to reserves. And then unit 17 would be checked. He's stacked to another unit as well, and he's not going to break any of the restrictions. He's going back to reserves. Next would be unit 3. He's not stacked, and he's only adjacent to one Soviet unit, so he's not going to go back. And then this one would remove surround, so it's not going to go back either. Okay, that's it. Yeah, and then finally they check for IPs. But these were the 2 that hadn't moved. They've already built an IP. This unit had already moved, so yeah, a lot of nothing really, but which is fine for me. Okay, that's another Soviet impulse out of the way. Again, we're really pushing through the parts now, though. So somebody's going to bring up some error that I'm going to make, and I'm going to be cringing at, no doubt. I mean, the one Lawrence brought up there. Yeah, I mean, it was good to be brought up because then hopefully I'll remember that now. Just got lazy thinking supply is easier to trace than what proximity is, but yes, that's probably the case in a lot of situations, but some situations proximity takes over. Okay, so what are we going to do now then? Well, let's lay out our hand, have a look. Okay, well there's our hand. Now, we didn't activate anybody, but in fact we've not activated any cores yet. We've all just deployed our reserves. It's went pretty smoothly actually, isn't it? I mean, whether I've placed them in the right positions or not. And again, we've still got this, we've still not got the worry of this, so we could wait another card. We've got 3 cards left in our draw pile, so we could wait again. This didn't change, so there is that temptation to like maybe deploy that Rouse unit there, because the next card could quite possibly be the Rouse unit, and then we shimmy him into Sumi and protect. That's 2 victory points, Clan. That is. I know he's down there by himself. This guy's around to maybe help a little bit, but yeah, because we deploy and then we activate them, then I could get this guy. Well, I couldn't really get him. I'd probably be better moving him away, I think. Hopefully to a hex where I could maybe move him into Sumi. Well, I don't think I would get that though. Yeah, you might find that moving that guy down here is not going to be any good, but that would be a 4 strength in there, and they're only bringing 4 strength at the moment. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. There's 40th Army are going to like move. You've got to think are going to move a bit now. Their army objective markers away, and of course the front objectives away. But also down here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is going to be an area that's out of support. So easier to defend for us as well. Maybe I should consider this seriously. I don't know. But then if I spend my Core Rouse card to do that, and then pop off activate next turn, and then there's the threat of this, then I don't have that Core Rouse card to do my any 1 unit move. Unless, of course, I draw something else there. So, what else is there? Well, we did talk about the big thing about Oh, actually, the guy's bouncing back to reserves. Does that change things up a bit for a possible better attack up there, maybe? It was the weaker ones that went back, wasn't it? And I'm talking about 40 core and bringing these guys down to have a go at this guy and attacking with these guys. Yeah, they'd be attacking on the same guy, wouldn't they? It was there that the reserves, that bounced back to reserves. In all honesty, they've took 3 strength away and left 4 behind, so yeah. I think with the attacks I might want to, it would be nice to have a combat tactic maybe as well, because chip pool wise you're not going to, this has got a 3-step unit in it, so that would be 3 units, that one with 2 chip draws, so it'd be 4 chip draws. It's not an awful lot. The odds are going to be high, but 4 chip draws. He's got an IP. Of course, well, the other thing was you could move 2 of the units into here. Well, not the 3-step one. 2 of the units into here and have a go at this guy, but I don't know if that makes that any better or not, really. Yeah, I was just looking at 2 of the cards that I might possibly consider. The fact that I've got 2 third core cards. Mind you, yeah, we did say that. That is 2 replacement points right there, isn't it? But 2 of them, they've not exactly got the combat tactics we want for an attack, because this is defensive and this is defensive until turn 6 this becomes better. But yeah, we've not really got a combat tactic, have we? Combat engineers. Yeah, combat engineers could remove the IP from that unit up there. And would add a chip pool, but it's, oh yeah, that would be better used on there. Yeah, remove the IP, because we want an extra chip pool, I think, from this attack rather than that. That means using that core rouse card. Yeah. No, it's never an easy decision, is it? Well, yeah, this is probably quite controversial, but I'm thinking about doing this. I'm thinking about deploying that core rouse unit in here. I could deploy them in there as well, actually. But yeah, no, it doesn't matter, because if 3rd tank activate, then, well, does that not mean you're better deploying him here? Because if I deploy him there, he's going to be trapped, isn't he? Well, he's going to have yeah, but you're fighting back into a city, and this guy's got armour, and so wouldn't it be better deploying it in here? Because that's within 3 of the core, and it's 3 away, so I could deploy him tactically in there. Remember, it's on a map edge hex as well, so it only needs to be 2 away. Yeah, and it's not as if this guy's just going to go to here and then stop me from getting it. Well, I can still go around anyway. But he's not going to do that. He's going to just move straight in. And then I can say, okay, let's just back off then, or at least I'm in the woods here on the map edge, you know. This is safer hex, I think. But is that what you want to do, Grant? We've only got, I could say, 3 cards left. And surely one of these are going to allow me to, well, I know I've still got to get the core, I do, yeah? Yeah, I've got the core rouse primary card to come. So that's one of the 3. If it's the top one, then my next activation, assuming 3rd tank don't move in there, would be into Sumi, and then that's pretty good. Another possibility is, obviously, if I don't get the core rouse card, I'd like to think it might be a purple, a yellow, or a green card, to put it that way, so that I could then get Predovka covered. And then we've got to sweat again that 3rd tank don't activate and go in. Yeah, I mean, it's either that or I suppose this and this big attack thing is probably what I want. But I think I want to keep this till the end of the turn. This attack, moving 40 core, and then I can maybe use a combat tactic. And I know I'm getting rid of this. Would have been a decent combat tactic to have, but I think I'm going to do this. I know the other part about it was 2 replacement points, and we do have 2 eliminated units. However, my first replacement point would have to put this guy back to full strength. That's not awful, like, but you know, if this guy was still in the reserve units box, right? You know, if he's still in the reserve units box and I play this card to assign 2 replacement points, if I thought I was getting both of these back into here, then have 3 units in here to deploy once the primary card comes along. That sounds really good. But I know I'm only going to get 1 of these back, which is, and then repair the guy that's on the map. So that's not awful. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this move. Like I said, there's that many different choices you've got, and I could sit here for ages wondering what the best one. I mean, I didn't consider a third core either, did I? I mean, yeah, we've got 2 third core cards as well, and I suppose what I would want to maybe try and do with them is get them, you know, like maybe get 1 in here adjacent to, I think I talked about this already, get 1 in here adjacent to these 2 garrisons. Actually, I don't think I did consider that, but that wouldn't be a bad move. And then, because we've got to kind of budge the garrisons out of the way to try and, yeah, get something happening. And then possibly move in 1 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to this garrison, so that my next activation could surround this unit possibly, and possibly have an attack on it, and maybe leave 1 of the units in Pavlograd. And then we do have this guy up here, and then, well, this guy's surrounded, so, well, we've got this guy in here as well, Grant. He's got a struggle to get out of there. Well, he's not going to be able to move far because garrison's all around about them. That was thanks to Lawrence, so. No, I'm only kidding, Lawrence. Yeah. Yeah, it makes me want to maybe wait a little bit, see what my other 3 cards are going to be. Okay, I'm going to go with this. I know it is. It does feel like I'm doing the right thing here. I have 3rd tank activate, and, well, or I don't draw the core rouse card till the last card in the deck. That's another 3 Soviet impulses with the possibility of this guy activating. So, right, but I'm going to deploy him here, and I think I can do that. Just double checking with the tactical deployment. It's in the unit's army area. Yep. It's in a supply head. Yeah, it's on a German supply map edge hex, but it's actually on the road as well. It's at least 3 hexes away from a non-isolated enemy unit. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And it's within 3 hexes of a unit in the same core. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So that's it. So, and there is only that 1 unit. So we're going to have to hope the cards come out right, or we're going to look silly with that one. Right, well, that's you made your move. Well, till you draw this card, and that's it, Grant. Remember? I've got 4 cards left. Right, surely it's got to be white, green, yellow, or purple this time. Here we go, 3 cards to go. This is going to be the 3rd of them. Oh, and it's a Kampf group. Right, okay. I did wonder, I thought, what if you get the Kampf group card for Core Rouse? That's annoying. Well, you know what, it's annoying, but I can still activate both units for that. What's the special? Stavka confused. This is on turn 5 and 6. And we're not getting this card back on turn 6, so if I'm going to use it, I'm going to have to use it in this turn. Please don't make it something that I've got to do. Stavka confused. Discard cards from the Soviet draw pile until cards with a total command value of at least 4 have been discarded. That sounds pretty good. Discard cards from the Soviet draw pile until cards with a total command value of at least 4 have been discarded. Oh, that's pretty good, isn't it? So I'm drawing them off the top. But I mean, I could draw the Stavka card right off the top and discard it. Or one of the front cards. And if not that, I get 2 or 3 maybe cards. A 1, a 2, and then maybe a... In fact, what you want there is to discard a 1, a 1, a 1, a 1, a 1, then Stavka. Actually, do they have 1s? They must have some 1s. Just glancing. 3, 2, 2, 4, 1. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of 1s in there. Yeah. Yeah, you need to get lucky, but that's pretty powerful. Like, it could be that you miss, and it's not great. But well, you know what? We're going to find out what happens because Soviets are going to go next anyway. So if this happens, and then like I say, I just glancing through there are and. Okay, it looks like I've started doing that in this game. It's not something I've done in any reaction or den, but there are 3, both the 3rd tank army cards, the primary and the supplemental, are in the discard pile, and the units card. Okay, we've not... Oh, I was going to say, we've got the Southwest front card, but not the Vornes front card. So the Vornes front is probably going to activate that. Then again, that card, the Stavka confused, could maybe just flip that right off the top and put it in the discard pile. That'd be nice. Well, let's hope they don't draw it next impulse, or that's going to be too late. Okay, well, I've done it now. Yeah, because I've drawn my card. So we've only got 2 cards left in the draw pile. We still don't have a 48th core, a 2nd SS, or a 57 core card to make this move into a Pryadovka, but we've still got these units dispersed and nothing else proximate to it, so it's not a panic yet. I get the feeling this impulse for the Soviets is maybe going to, yeah, it's going to do something. Something's going to happen. Right, well, I've got, to 43 minutes there, so I might as well just cut that as another shortish episode. I probably do need to take a break for now. I might get back later for another part tonight. I'd quite like to, just to see what these next 2 Soviet cards are, and to see if we can, well, I don't know, what are we going to do next though? Are we going to confuse Stavka? Or are we going to take Sumi? I mean, I could keep that card and just take Sumi with any 1 unit move. I could do that. I think we need to know what the next Soviet impulse is, because if Popov activate, then we've got to be worried about that. And that's 1 victory point, the other one's 2, so... Right, anyway, we do need to see what they're going to do next. Right, so I'll get this copied across, and yeah, hopefully be back for one last part tonight. Okay, cheers.